So we've already covered how to do flexion, extension, ab and adduction. We've just moved this higher up to now accommodate internal and external rotation testing. So for this, make sure you're standardizing your testing position so that you can easily test and retest in the future and get comparable results so that we're comparing what we are hoping to compare at a later date. For this position, you can standardize by having 90 degrees at the elbow, instruct them to keep their arm to their side. If they are somebody that has wider shoulders or their shoulders and waist are more of a triangle shape and they have more space, you can always fill that space by placing a towel in between their arm, and that way instruct them to keep the towel hugged by their side. For this position, things that we want to make sure is that we have the testing apparatus going straight out and that we don't have the patient positioned too far back or too far forward. From this position, make sure that their hips and shoulders are square. We want to make sure that we do not have them turning in or rotating their shoulders out. So make sure that when we get their elbow at 90, we have everything facing straight ahead. And then from here, Erica, I want you to try to pull your arm in like you're bringing your wrist to your belly button. And they would hold that for 3 to 5 seconds, producing a maximal effort. Make sure you're monitoring shoulder position so that they're not turning or twisting and trying to cheat on the test or compensate on the test. That will give you your internal rotation isometric. Now, if we want to go to external rotation, keeping it on that same arm, we're just going to have them face the other direction. So Erica, I'll have you spin around here. Perfect. And she did a good job of getting into the position. We want to make sure we keep that 90-degree motion with the elbow. We want to keep our elbow right by our side, so we'll come back here. And then we have the testing apparatus going out in a straight line. So when she's pushing out, we have it in the line of pull that we are hoping to achieve. From here, make sure that feet are oriented, that they're not facing out, that they're not facing in, or that we don't have the toes doing anything to try to get extra support into the ground. Hips and shoulders are square. And then from here, Erica, I want you to try to pull your hand out like you're trying to go towards that wall. 3 to 5 second hold, monitoring this on your iPad to get that maximal reading. And relax. So now we have 6 different ways to test shoulder isometrics. This is a great way to get post-operative testing. It's a great way to get limb symmetry between right and left arm for something like a rotator cuff strain, a tendinitis, or even somebody that may have a cervical issue that's resulting in motor weakness like a radiculopathy. Ideally, this serves as a nice way to supplement some of your table orthopedic testing to get standardized objective numbers that you can easily test and retest and relay to the patient how their strength programming is progressing if they're moving in the right direction, or at the day of an evaluation to point out areas of improvement where they may have differences between the injured side and the uninjured side, or on one side, do they have certain motions or movement patterns that are lacking in comparison to others.